Hey, 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 hey. What is up? Yes, I'm back. And yes, this is another day of the No, I Don't Know TV series, clown ass, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. Yes, we are back. Hey, what's going on, Johnny Brown? Hey, look, you made it. I made it. I made it. Looking ass. Hey, another day, another 10 cents. You already know what it is. A long ass day at the corporate plantation. I hope people are still at the corporate plantation making that money so you can make sure your family is safe and good. Man, I made it another day. Hey, man, let me tell you something. That corporate plantation shit ain't no joke. This plotting and planning on how to get off this corporate plantation ain't nothing nice. So I thought I would slide through and talk about something that is very prevalent to what is going on in today's society. Let me turn this shit down. Hey, man, before I do anything, I don't have the products sitting on the table with me right now, but please go support blackandnoble.com. Go support Black and Noble and go support freedompapercompany.com. Please go support those two black businesses. I don't care who you are, where you at, who you date. That is not my concern. My concern is liberating and supporting our people. I don't care about all this. I don't get into the back and forth of who it is. It's too much. Let me tell you something. It's too much. But please go support those companies, man. The soap is bomb. It's done wonders for me. Oh, by the way, Shawnee Brown, I just want to let you know, I've been drinking that sea moss. That shit is bomb. Now, for all y'all that don't know, sea moss, that's a Dr. Sebi natural herb. Man, it has done wonders for my body. Man, but you gotta sip that shit slow. And I'm gonna tell you why you gotta sip that shit slow. Because the first time, look, I made a smoothie. Before I get to the topic, I made a smoothie, right? Wait till I tell Nuke this shit. I made a smoothie, right? And then after I made the smoothie, I drank it really fast. Like, really fast. Man, that shit is strong, man. That motherfucking sea moss shit is strong. That shit had me on the floor. Like, my stomach was hurt, cramping like a motherfucker. At first, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then the next time I drank it, I made a smoothie, put some blueberries in it, some coconut milk, not milk from a cow. Man, and no, I didn't even have the bubble guts. It had my stomach, like, it expanded my stomach. It had it, like, bloated, but it was, like, hurt and painful. And then the next time I drank it, I took my time, sipped it, because that shit is strong. It's stronger than what people think. It's stronger than the vitamin. Like, I take enough vitamins, so I wanted something else. And I got that from Black and Noble. Man, I've been taking it, drinking it slow. Man, it's done wonders. Especially take that when you fast. Oh, man, your body's rejuvenated. So, man, good looking out on that blackandnoble.com, man, for real. That sea moss is the business. So, appreciate that. Hey, man, but hey, I'm just getting into it right now. Of course, before I was at the corporate plantation today, and I'm about to touch on that too. And not just how we act and all that. We already done talked about that a million times, but just how we view things and what are our goals? What's our end game? But before we get into that, let's get on Chris Cuomo, or whatever his name is, CNN contributor. He got into it with somebody had a camera on him, and he was basically comparing Fredo, comparing the N-word to Fredo. And I guess Fredo was a ethnic slur or a racial slur in The Godfather. It's so funny how they always want to compare their slurs to our slurs and all this other stuff. Here's my opinion. Anything that's calculated that could deflect from what it is, why don't you just say, I don't appreciate being called that, period. Don't educate nobody using the N-word. Like, that's the base. It's so funny how that's the basis for everybody's comparison. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. And I'm talking to my people. I'm talking to anyone. The reason why I'm saying don't do that is because I'll look at it like this. You don't even know what defines that word nigger. and you know where the term comes from and how it's the Latin term and how it means, it's dehumanizing a race. And come on, man. And we were here first, so don't use that term. Why don't you use any of these other racial, ethnic terms? Why does it always have to be nigger? Why does it always have to be that? Why do they always go grab that and pull us into it? Just like the LBGTQ LMNOP. No diss to them. But I'm just saying, they always want to compare their struggle to melanated struggle. You cannot compare your struggle to black struggle, period. I don't care. No, not even the Jews. Your struggle is not even compared to our struggle. Sorry. Hey, you may think it is, but I'm sorry. The Jews did not build this country. They sat back and watched melanated people, native blacks, build this country. But they didn't build it. And we are still suffering from Jim Crow, segregation, semi-slavery, slavery, redlining. We're still suffering for those things. So it's like, don't even bring us into that fight. Why don't you just be a man and just say, I didn't appreciate him calling me that? Why do you always have to, why does every person from the dominant society always have to take what we say and what we do and then, oh, well, it's just like the N-word. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, my thing is, sorry, Chris, or whoever you're, Chris Cuomo, the dude from CNN, you just trying to keep your job, but you Caucasian anyway. You find another job. You know what I mean? So it's like, you don't need to do that, but that's the deflection that takes place all the time. Oh, what'd you say? Oh, good looking. Thanks for promoting. I appreciate your channel. Hey, I appreciate you. Hey, I still ain't got that Book of Enoch. Not the Book of Enoch. Is it the Book of Enoch? Yeah. I got it. I'm thinking about the Book of Eli, but I still got to get that book. Oh, don't think I haven't forgot about that book. I'm going to still check it out and read it. Because my people's, Tamisha, she's been sending me emails of books. I just keep forgetting. But I'm going to check that out too. But I'm going to tell you this. Once you're educated about who you are, you're going to know. Come on, Chris Cuomo, man. Don't be using the N-word as your basis of the claim of why you was talking crazy to them people. Don't do that, man. See, that's the problem. We let a lot of people get away with a lot of we let a lot of people get away with things, and we don't set boundaries. Melanated people, black people, native black people, start setting boundaries, which goes to my point. Hey, when you at the corporate plantation, I'm not saying you got to be like me, but set boundaries. Don't go on these corporate plantations or be around people from opposite races, the opposite race of you, and just allow them to try to use and compare our struggle to anybody else's. Because the first thing they do is when they try to compare your struggle, say, well, what is our struggle? Tell me what you think our struggle is. Remember, always start a conversation with a question. That's what our brother Neely Fuller Jr. teaches us. Got that book right here. Couldn't find it last time, but I got the book right here. Ask him that. See, what somebody should have said was, well, one of those, you know what would have been funny? If those white boys would have been like, what do you mean it's a comparison to the N-word? How? You tell me how. See, they should have challenged him. You know what I mean? And it's like, we don't want to challenge people because I think we're afraid of losing friends and we're afraid of what people think of us. You know what I mean? No, you don't get to compare Fredo or any other racial slur to nigger. Sorry. You just don't get to compare that. Not after y'all done used it for 400 years and dehumanized us and segregated us and redlined us and gentrified us and hung and killed us and lynched us and no, you're not doing that. Sorry. Let me read. Wait. No one has ever walked into a nice restaurant in an expensive suit and has denied a table because they look Jewish or LBT. Thank you. Shawnee, I'll be saying the same. Sometimes it's so hard for me to watch TV. It's so hard for me to watch TV a lot of times because especially when I be on Twitter a lot of times, I'll be like, man, what? Like before when these LBGTQ LMNOP I guess they call themselves trying to come for me because Tariq Nasheed had posted something and I made a comment and was like, man, that's ridiculous how they're trying to effeminize the black men. And they were like, oh, well, you're homophobic. First of all, homophobic means I'm afraid of gay people. No, I am not. I'm not afraid of that. That's like saying, oh, arachnophobia or social phobia. No, I'm not afraid of the LGBTQ. What I don't like that takes place within that organization that is ran by the dominant society, Caucasians, is that they try to be inclusive when it comes to their situation. But when we have people like Daniel Pantaleo still walking around with his job after he literally killed Eric Gardner on video, where's the LGBTQ LMNOP at for that? Walter Scott, where's the do I need to name names? Philando Castile, where are all these people at? Where are they? You know what I mean? And here's the thing about it. When everybody tries to compare their struggle to black, I can't change. Shout out to the chat room. I can't change my melanin, and I'm not trying to hide it either. That's a fact. Me either. I can't change being melanated. See, that's the thing that everybody fails to forget. You can't change that. So when you get on those corporate plantations, stop trying to change who you are. And when you're around other people that are melanated, don't have high expectations for them to stick up for the movement. And I get it, because black people, I'm talking to my people first. We are individuals first and then team concepts second. So don't be surprised when you get around other melanated people and they're for themselves first and then they for you second. That's the way we've been socialized. So each one has to teach one. So go get the books and read them. Let me tell you something. Somebody reading these books. Let me tell you why. Go on Amazon and see how expensive these books are now compared to when I haven't even been reading a whole lot, man. I never used to read. I was just too busy trying to get the bag and make money to pay bills and, hey, because I got to have me a Bud Light Lime and chill. Now, hey, I was a big time jarhead. But once I started getting treated, once I started to see that no matter what I did, I'm not accepted. And not even accepted. Motherfuckers, not even my own people, but other races, they still got something to say. They smile with you, they talk shit behind your back, or they play these little odd games with you and like these mind games and just play all these games. And I always would wonder, like, why is this like this? So then I started reading. And the first book, besides The Secret Relationship Between Jews and Blacks, was The ISIS Papers by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Once I read that book, that let me know a whole lot about like things that I never even knew. And I was like, damn, this is deeper than I thought. Then when I read Dr. Claude Anderson's book, Black Labor, White Wealth, I was like, oh, okay. Now I know I'm not crazy. Now I know I'm not crazy. You know what I mean? And that's why it is not our job to allow other races to use our racial plight as their defense for getting busted on video threatening somebody. And then you see how CNN stood by him. Yeah, of course they're going to stand by him. He's Caucasian. And he was very calculated at what he said. Who knows? That could have been a publicity stunt. I'm just putting this out here so we can know. Stop. Set boundaries with people. Matter of fact, shout out to Ricky Smiley too. I saw this thing. Shout out to Professor Griff. I love watching this channel. Y'all need to go watch Professor Griff. His channel is great. When I watch his channel, it's literally like going to school. And I like what Ricky Smiley said. He was just talking about children and talking about kids and family. And it's like, black folks, we have a tendency a lot of the times to want to sit around and depend on whoever got the money. We don't have this. We have not been socialized to get up, go out and go do something. We have been socialized to sit around and cry and whine a lot of the times. Now, let me tell you something. Jim Crow was a fact. Lynching was a fact. Planned Parenthood is a fact. And I'm not saying we should not acknowledge those things, but we still got to push forward and come up with solutions. We have to have solution-based theories to these problems. Because if we just know the problem, but first you have to know what the problem is. And I think a lot of us melanated people, we deny that because we don't set boundaries. Somebody within the black community that has a voice or something on Twitter should have came out and been like, hey man, I appreciate your stance on defending yourself, but please don't use the African American plight as an excuse of why you did what you did. Don't even bring us into that. You know what I mean? Don't even bring us into that. And the reason why I say that is because that's our problem. We allow the LGBTQ to do that. You know, hey, I watch Ellen DeGeneres sometimes, like little clips, and she's always talking about, you know, it's like, wait, hold on. Okay, well, where are you at, Ellen, when Philando Castile gets shot? Where are you at when Trayvon Martin gets killed? Or what have you done? Let's see the facts. That's my question to you. And why do you think you can rightfully put the LGBTQ struggle next to the African American struggle, which we built the country? That's one. Two, we were pillaged, raped, robbed of our birthright, our property, everything that you can think of in this so-called United States of America incorporated. But where was the LGBTQ LMNOP XYZ? No, they weren't even in existence in the antebellum period. Not like that. Not from the books that I've read. Slavery by Another Name. I ain't reading nothing about no LGBTQ LMNOP XYZ. They came before Columbus. I didn't read about any of that. So it's like, I find it hard to accept a person comparing that. Just like, come on, Chris Cuomo, man. You wrong for that. Mental manipulation is real in the Caucasian community. That's a fact. That's why they put, look, I don't have to agree with everything, but hey man, sometimes I watch people and they pushing this mental health agenda, and I'm gonna keep saying this. So was that what Harriet Tubman was doing when she was getting people out of bondage? Oh, I gotta go see my therapist because this is just so hard. No, what Harriet Tubman did was right. She made relationships with people a part of the dominant society that was for the movement. That's what you do. When you make these relationships, make it with the dominant society of people that are for the movement. And you'll be able to tell. You know why you'll be able to tell? Because they're going to continue that movement when they're not around you. And when they're around their other dominant society people. That's when. And then they're going to start this. Look, you know how you can tell somebody's for the movement? Look at the circle of friends of the company that they keep. When they meet people of the melanated society, and you're pushing an agenda and a movement, if they're hanging out with people that are contrarian to that, you'll notice that they'll start to distance themselves. They might even get ostracized by their own community, and they're not going to care. You know why? Because they know exactly what has happened to us in this country and what is still going on to happen. That's why I have to disagree with that dude, Chris Cuomo or whatever. And CNN, to me, I think a lot of times they're the oppositional channel to Fox. What I respect about Fox and what I could respect and like in them and Roger L is he know it's entertainment and he's gonna push that far right wing and do that, and I respect that. What I don't like about CNN is this. Now y'all supposed to be the liberal, the left side, okay, and all this other stuff, but you only have one narrative on there. And it's melanated brothers with no mustaches that are part of the LGBTQ LMNOP. You don't have men like Dr. Umar Johnson, or you don't have people on there like David Banner, or people from the community that are socially conscious that could speak from our perspective. You don't have that on there. And that's why I don't even watch CNN. They got, and what I don't like about CNN, they can talk about every other racial problem but melanated. That's why I don't like. And even when they get these politicians on there, they don't hold their feet to the fire about, well, I've yet to see one white person say to another politician, why don't you have anything for the black agenda? You know, they're slaves. Their ancestors were slaves in this country. They built this country. Don't you think they deserve a little bit more than what they're getting? I'm yet to wait to see when another dominant society person, a white person, puts another white person on blast. That's when you know they're fighting for equality and establishing a system of justice. That's when you know that. When they're not doing it is when those questions are rehearsed and they're coerced by the upper echelon powers that be. And oh no, ask these questions and ask that. It's like, okay. That's why, of course, CNN's gonna back this dude, but I'm not, because I don't appreciate him. Why did you even bringing the N-word in lets me know you say nigger. Because why did you even need to bring that up and use that as a comparison? Those are white boys. You could have just said, don't call me that, bro. You don't need to say, hey man, that's the equivalency to using the N-word. Man, come on, man. Come on now. Let's smarten up, people. Set boundaries and stop. To me, my perspective, stop waking up in the morning and getting ready to go to the corporate plantation with the mentality of trying to impress the dominant society. There's nothing you can do or say that's going to impress. No, impress yourself. Have love for yourself. And hey, do the job to the best of your abilities. I'm not telling people not to do that. We all can't be entrepreneurs and we all can't be bosses. And I understand that. If it's meant for me to be an entrepreneur, then that's going to be my role. But hey, while I'm on the corporate plantation, I'm going to do what is deemed necessary to survive, as far as making my money, collecting my check, and taking care of what the hell I need to be taken care of. Needs to be taken care of. But that doesn't involve samboing, cooning, being an Uncle Tom, being a Sambo, throwing your own people under the bus to gain favor in the dominance. It's their rules. It's their system. We got to start educating ourselves. As I look around and I see a lot of these houses being built, I want to see melanated brothers and sisters in them. I'm tired of seeing every other race in these homes but us. I'm not saying we don't own homes, but it needs to be more homeowners than what I have seen in the past. Instead of telling your child that's graduated from high school, to go to UNLV to go get some BS degree, and I mean not bachelor's of science, I mean bullshit degree, tell them if they don't want to go to school to go get them a trade, a plumber, electrician, AC, be an AC tech, do something that's gonna make you some money where you have to go spend a whole bunch of money on student loans, and our parents. Don't be putting your borrowing on your home or whatever collateral you have to send your kids to college, and then they go get some degree so they can still be in slavery. They can do that without doing, without you, borrowing on your home or them having a million student loans to do all that. We gotta smarten up. Stop being in competition with each other and know that we're in competition with other races. Racism is the competition of resources, and they dominate 9 areas of activity. You already know that. I say it every week. So it's like, come on, man. We got to smarten up. What's the end game when you work in this job? Because the job is meant to maintain you, according to Dr. Claude Anderson. And you know what? He ain't right. He ain't lying. If you look at it, if you make $120,000 a year, what's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to go buy a Beamer or Benz, maybe a Tesla. You're going to make a payment on that Tesla. Then you're going to buy you a big old house, so you can let everybody know what you're making. But what happens if they cut that job? Like the homie Julian Gordon said. He's like, his mom was an anesthesiologist. She was making bank, and they lived in a fresh house. Then hard times fell where she wasn't able to work that job no more, and they lost that nice house. So you got to have a plan outside of that. And stop viewing I'm going to say it every week. Stop viewing each other as the enemy, man. We got to stop doing that. We think we treat every other race like gold and then treat each other like the enemy. We don't want to patronize black businesses, and we treat, the dominant society business like. That's why we invest in all this power. We place all this power in Gucci and Louis and everything else. We're the ones who make that powerful. It's not the other way around. If black people woke up the next day and was like, man, fuck that Gucci, I'm about to go invest in David Banner's clothing or buy somebody else's clothing. You know what? Once it'll catch on. We are the natural trendsetters. I know. I went to a school where it wasn't a whole lot of black people, and it was predominantly whites and Latinos and Asians, and we set the trends. We set the trends with our haircuts, how we dress, how we talk, the music we listen to. We set all the trends. America follows behind what melanated people spend our money on. That's a fact. I'm not saying we have the most money to spend, but they watch and they, look, it's just like Amazon when they figure out your algorithm. So like me, I try to buy as many books as I can in a month. Whether it's $10 or $5 or $8, I'll be trying to find a deal to the point to where Amazon will look at that algorithm of what I'm spending my money on and they'll send me emails on it. And then they'll send me emails of books that I like and that I see. So if Amazon is able to do that, what do you think the average company is able to do? The average retail company. Then why you think everybody is doing e-commerce? Oh, well, you know what? People are buying online. So you know what? We're not going to have stores. We'll just buy it online and keep sending emails. And I'm not saying we shouldn't be consumers. Buy the Nike, buy the Gucci, buy the Louis, buy the Escalades and Range Rovers and the Teslas. I want my people to look fresh. But I want my people to be educated too. So on the other hand, while you buying the Gucci and the Louis and the Fendi and all that, go get you a money market account. Go get you a stock investing account. It's free at Robinhood. They're letting you buy stock wholesale. Go get that. If you can't do nothing but spend $5 a week on stock, it's possible. If you can't do nothing but spend $20 every 2 weeks on stock, it's possible. Fat Burger is $3.85 a share. If you watch TV One and you watch D.L. Hughley's show, TV One has 2 stock under Kathy Hughes. Urban TV One, A, Class A and B. It's $2 a share. That's a black channel that's publicly traded on the stock market. Why would you not want a piece of that? You love Nipsey Hussle so much, the way everybody claims to have loved him, go buy some Fat Burger stock. You love Steph Curry so much, go buy Under Armour. Since you love him so much, you love Kyrie Irving and LeBron and everybody, then go buy Nike stock. God damn, just do it both. Because let me tell you something. If you have read Black Labor, White Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson, he teaches us and talks about how the majority of white folks' money is held up in stocks and bonds and money market accounts and 401ks and life insurance policies. And for all you people that's out there, you got children, go get some life insurance policies on them. For real. I'm tired of y'all having a GoFundMe for Lil Kiki and Lil Ray Ray and them. Come on, man. Now we look clean and got the fresh rims and the cars, the clothes and the shoes and all these other meaningless things. But then when it comes time to like, oh man, Lil Ray Ray got shot, got killed. Man, we got to do car washes and a GoFundMe. His mama ain't had no insurance on him. But his mama looking clean though, with the nice Jordans and all that. And it's like, we got a reorganization. We have to have that in our mind. And we got to know exactly what's going on. What's the name of the stock that they promote at the Golden State games? It's Rucatin. I think it's Rucatin is one of them because it's on the Golden State's emblem. You know, when he's shooting a free throw, it's, you know, you got the Golden State on one side, then they got Rucatin on the other side. And that's like a, I forgot what they are, but I think they're kind of like a rush card or whatever. It's like a banking firm or whatever, but their stock is like $9-10 a share. So go check that out. I got some stock in that. Might as well. Everything is being traded on the stock market. It's just we don't know. We're not privy to this knowledge because we're not being socialized to know that. We're not being socialized to know what is going on and what can look. All you niggas out there that's mad at Donald Trump that they enacted all those laws so you can't get no money back on your income tax, go buy you some property and open you a traditional IRA. If you can't buy you no property, open you a traditional IRA. You can open it up on E-Trade. You can open it up on Bank of America, on Wells Trade, on Merrill Edge. Opening you up a traditional IRA. If you don't know what it is, then Google it. See, I love how my people like to play dumb a lot of the times. I know y'all have had these things where you'll try to tell somebody something and they'll be like, well, where do I find that at? Well, can you find it for me? You know what I mean? Like that's all I gotta say. Shout out to Shawnee in the chat room. She asked me where it was. Okay, cool. That means she about to go look it up and go find out what's going on. All you gotta do is go on YouTube and watch a Golden State Warrior game, and then just go on YouTube and click Steph Curry shooting free throws in 2018. And when they show it, they're gonna show that symbol. Just like there's another symbol, Frost. You'll see that symbol, Frost, is on the Raptors, the Toronto Raptors thing. Frost is a bank that's publicly traded on the stock market. If you watch the Big Three, shout out to Ice Cube, they have CBMBD. That is a CBD oil, basically a weed stock that's traded on the stock market. It's like $4 or $5 a share. So while we sitting up here looking at the game, all mesmerized, they're making money. They're already making money. See, that's what trips me out. Like, just in case y'all don't know, I'm about to shut it down in just a minute. But before I get off, just in case people don't know, Viacom and CBS have now merged again. They were one and then they split. Now they are one again. You know why? Because it's greater later for them. You know what? We just gonna all get together. And if you don't know, CBS, Viacom, if you watch Viacom, you're watching Love and Hip Hop, you're watching MTV2, you're watching Wild and Out, all these things, go get the stock. Viacom stock, I think, is like $30 a share, and CBS stock is like $56 a share. So it's like, they're making money no matter what. So why don't you go a part of that? And look, yeah, we can break it down. The majority of those companies on the stock market are racist. So what? Your average boss is racist. Where you go to work at. Your average co-worker is a racist. They are a part of the dominant society, and they will use their white privilege to oppress you every chance they get. And their white privilege will get them into doors you'll never be invited into. And they'll sit right with you and shake your hand and smile with you, and the whole time they can't stand you and calling you nigga every chance they get behind your back. We come up with every excuse when it's time to invest, but when it's time to go get them Jordans, we clean though. So go get those Jordans and then go buy Nike stock. That's what I'm saying. Look at how many people glorify things like Gucci. I mean, that's glorified. That's like a god. If you have a Gucci bag or a belt or a backpack or something, people look at you like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, damn, they doing it. But we got to smarten up. And no, there's another side to that too. There's another side to that Gucci, and you don't know that person's struggle, and you don't know what that person's probably been through. Blaze your own trail. Niggas, stop hating on each other. Be the example. Be the Mahdi, the guide, the guiding light in someone's life. Stop worried about what this person's doing on their trail. And for all you so-called niggas out there, if you're sitting around leaning on your bride or leaning on whatever bride you know, hoping that she'll be successful so you can stand in her shadow and you can floss, man, those plans almost never work. So these are things we gotta tighten up. We have to stop seeing each other as competition and seeing each other as allies. Thank you. That's a fact. I don't need to be invited in the room. I can stand outside the door and get the same information. Thank you. Man, look. You don't need to be in the room at this point. Go get the books. The books are going to tell you exactly what's going on with the rules that they're coming up with and what they're talking about in the room. And most Caucasian people, if you just sit and listen to them talk, they'll tell you all that you need to know about life. That's a fact. Hey, man, it's been fun. It's been real. I'm hoping everybody that has subscribed to this channel is people that is on the same wavelength as me. You know what I'm saying? And look, if y'all got a book, I'm about to get the book of Enoch. Don't trip. You got any books? Tamisha always be emailing me. I got to get back to her about that. I know my sister's reading The Fall of America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And that's a good book that y'all need to read too. I got that book up here somewhere. Sure do. But hey, man, it's been fun. It's been real. Listen to this while you're at work. Send this to anybody that you know is on the same page. If they not, don't even send it to them. Because let me tell you, the last time somebody, I know there's probably complaining about what I was talking about with the El Paso, Texas or shooting or whatever. and got that video flagged or whatever. So, hey, love, live life. I'm not tripping. I'm thankful for the people that do watch this podcast. I'm not on here like no preacher trying to get no money because that's not my thing. Each one has to teach one. Magnetize people around you. That is for the forward movement. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Amen. Guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.